Hi, my name is Matt Barber, and for my culmination project, I am the scenic designer of CityTech's Haunted Hotel on Second Life. Let me start by talking a little bit about Second Life. It is an online virtual world in which anyone can create an avatar and live a social, entertaining, and creative life. This is my avatar, Doc Holliday Barcelos. For my role as a scenic designer, Second Life provides me with a three-dimensional platform to build upon. To start building in Second Life, I must first talk about prims. This is a prim. It is a three-dimensional shape and is the building block of everything we do in Second Life. By holding down the shortcut keys, Control and Shift, I can resize this prim on any X, Y, and Z axis. There are many different prims in which we use to build. Each Second Life island is given a certain amount of prims in which to build with. Some examples of simple prims are pyramids, spheres, and cylinders, all of which can be changed and manipulated in the world. Now let's delete these so I can start talking about how I built the foundation of the Haunted Hotel. I had to develop a scale for the project that would relate the ground plan we use in real life to the avatars in Second Life. Since Second Life uses the metric system, I thought to use a 1 foot equals 1 meter scale for the construction. This scale fit best for the avatars in the world, allowing for best camera angle and visualization of all the objects in the hotel. This scale made the ground plan look very large in the world, and unfortunately, a single prim is limited to only 10 meters in length, width, and height. Therefore, I had to use a mega prim for the foundation of the hotel. This is what it looks like on the screen. It is a 95 by 65 by 5 meter prim given to me by Professor David Smith. We are able to add textures, pictures, and color to the surface of any prim. So to start building the Haunted Hotel, I had to first import the ground plan as a picture into Second Life, then place it on the prim. I cannot rebuild the entire hotel in this video. However, I can show a brief demonstration of how I built Tipsy's parlor in the virtual hotel. This is just a demo. Most detail work will be left out. Let's start with the walls. The texture in Tipsy's parlor is split between the top and bottom half of the walls. So, I will create two walls, one on top of the other. To do this, I will use the Copy Selection tool in the Build menu. When using the tool, you can create a duplicate of an object you have selected to appear on any side of the prim you click on. This is an example of how to use this tool. Now that the walls are in place, I can start adding textures to them. The top half of the parlor gets a green color, and the bottom half gets a stained white color. All of these textures were pictures taken from the original hotel in the real world and imported into Second Life. After the texture is finished, I'm going to start on the floor. I will place a prim in the middle of the room and resize it to fit the length and width of the parlor. By using the Copy Selection tool, I will finish the floor by adding another prim to account for the length of the parlor. By selecting the entire floor, I can change the transparency of the prim. Next, I will resize the height of both prims so that they are flat on the floor. The next step is to build the bookshelves. I will start with a prim in the upstage right of the parlor. I will resize the prim to make one side of the bookshelf. Holding down my Shift key, I can drag and drop any selected item to create an exact duplicate. Using this tool, I will select the entire bookshelf and create 3 others and place them in position. By selecting all of the objects I just created, I can move them to the top of the walls so that they look like they are part of the ceiling in the room. The next step is to add the fireplace. I took a copy of the fireplace from the original structure to add to this demonstration. As I take it from my inventory box and add it to the room, it will also need to be placed on the ceiling between the bookshelves. I can change the color of the bookshelves and the fireplace by selecting all the objects and moving over to the Color tab in the Build menu. Now I will create the ceiling. By selecting the floor and holding the Shift key, I can drag and drop an exact duplicate of the floor to the top of the walls. I will change the transparency to full and resize the prim to fit on the top of the walls. The next step is to add the texture to the ceiling. Second Life has a library of textures to choose from. I have selected old wood floor. For this final step, I will create a copy of the room and rotate it. First, I will need to move the ground plan prim by selecting it and moving it away from the parlor. Then I will select all the objects in the room, hold the shift key, and drag and drop a duplicate of the room. Then I will rotate it 180 degrees and move it into position. Now that I have completed this demonstration, I would like to show another video. This is a walkthrough of the virtual hotel. As I take my avatar through the maze, I will discuss how I created the textures, as well as how I propped the set in the virtual world. To start adding textures, I had to first take pictures of anything I wanted to place in the virtual hotel. This included wood panels, wallpaper, and flooring. I had to take a straight-on shot of each object so that it would look straight on screen in the Second Life. The next step was to edit the pictures. Placing the images into Photoshop, I was able to resize, crop, and change any part of the picture to make it suitable to live in the virtual world. This involved changing colors, hiding shadows, and eliminating light. Notice in the walkthrough that some of the objects are not placed in the rooms. I had a limited time to take pictures, and some had to be scratched due to inappropriate lighting and camera angles. However, they can be added to the hotel at any time in the future. To prop the set, Second Life has a number of shopping malls in which we can buy furniture, lighting, or anything else we would like to add. To search for anything in Second Life, it is the same as using a Google or any other browser. With the help of Professor Chip Scott, I was able to place most of the important prims into the hotel, such as the fireplaces in the bedroom and Tipsy's parlor. Using the search menu for props, I typed in the keywords such as old furniture, gothic, or pirate. From there, I was able to teleport to these islands and buy any object that caught my eye. As I walked through the parlor, noticed a light source emitted by the chandelier in the center, and the movement of the fireplace in the bedroom. These are all created by scripts. A script is a Second Life command code imported into a prim to give the prim a function. Second Life language is similar to C++ and Arduino code. As a scenic designer, I did not focus on this step. However, I did add it to the doors that open and close. To finalize my presentation, I would like to discuss the future of the hotel. Like the furniture malls, there are also theater islands in which they sell lighting, sound, and effects equipment. An example of this is the fog machine I placed in the maze. The Second Life Haunted Hotel provides us with a permanent structure that we can change and improve each year. We can make the hotel look exactly as it looks in the real world by adding theatrical elements to the virtual world. This project provides us with the opportunity to teach incoming students about the layout of the hotel. It also allows us to improve changes to the real hotel by first implementing them in the virtual world. Furthermore, it encourages other students to add to the foundation that I started in Second